evaluate my actions. I admit that I'm lost. Did everything mean nothing? I fear my conscience calling, that I can make something with my life, make a change and improve. Doesn't have to be big, it's something I gotta do. I need to change myself, my words and my actions. Conscience pulls me through, yeah. Me and you, as humans, from purity we stray away. Conscience, the inner compass, can lead the way. Conscience is knowing what's right from wrong. Conscience is our guide to a peaceful world. Happiness, the most important thing. Like the bell of peace, make your voices ring. Spread your happiness, bring your friends along. We can get through this with the same goal.
Listen to your conscience, love yourself.
Love yourself.
Listen to your conscience, love the world.
Love the world.
It's your only home, you're not alone.
Not alone.
With our conscience we can stand as one.
Stand as one.
Listen to your conscience, no anger.
Just smile.
Listen to your conscience, no worries.
Let it go.
Listen to your conscience, no tension.
Just relax.
Don't give up, we'll get through this. La la la la la la la la. La la la la la la la la la. Listen to your conscience, love the world. Hold on, don't give up. We will get through this.
Tell me, is it just me or are you worried too?
Yeah.
Worried about the world that we're heading to. Suffering too much, we've all had enough.
Let's make a change, let's hit restart.
We celebrate conscience on April 5th. Being kind and honest, spread your love. Gather your friends, our conscience awakens.
Uniting, protecting, we're all in common.
Now we all know about this viral pandemic. People dying and we're losing many paramedics. This new disease,
It's all in the air.
country shutting down.
What? I mean everywhere.
Be selfless.
Wear masks.
For help.
Wash your hands.
For true love.
Stay at home.
Be kind.
Save the world.
We're far apart, but our heart is close. We can get through this with the same goal.
Listen to your conscience, love yourself. Listen to your conscience, love the world. It's our only home, you're not alone. With our conscience we can stand as one. Listen to your conscience, no anger. Listen to your conscience, no worries. Listen to your conscience, no tension. Hold on, don't give up, we'll get through this.
When the world slows down, I gotta calm my heart. I look into myself and evaluate my actions. I admit that I'm lost. Did everything mean nothing? I fear my conscience calling, that I can make something with my life, make a change and improve. Doesn't have to be big, it's something I gotta do. I need to change myself, my words and my actions. Conscience pulls me through, yeah. Me and you, as humans, from purity we stray away. Conscience, the inner compass, can lead the way.
Lead away.
Conscience is knowing what's right from wrong. Conscience is our guide to a peaceful world. Happiness, the most important thing. Like the bell of peace, make your voices ring. Spread your happiness, bring your friends along. We can get through this with the same goal.
Listen to your conscience, love yourself.
Love yourself.
Listen to your conscience, love the world.
Love the
It's your
world.
only home, you're not alone.
Not
With our
alone.
conscience we can stand as one.
Stand as one.
Listen to your conscience, no anger.
Just smile.
Listen to your conscience, no worries.
Let it go.
Listen to your conscience, no tension.
Just relax.
Don't give up, we'll get through this. La la la la la la la la la. La la la la la la la la la. Listen to your conscience, love the world. Hold on, don't give up. We will get through this.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the International Day of Hope. Since 2018, the Federation of World Peace and Love has collaborated with various permanent missions to the United Nations to promote global initiatives that resulted into the adoption of the International Day of Conscience in 2019 and the International Day of Hope in 2025. Love and conscience activate the power of unselfish and altruistic hope for peace. Through today's program, let us be inspired to awaken our conscience and allow hope to lead actions for peace. To begin, let us watch a video provided by the United Nations where hope turns into action for a sustainable future. Please enjoy.
Our world is battling multiple crises, impacting the lives of people around the globe. With only 4 years remaining until our 2030 deadline, progress on the Sustainable Development Goals remains uneven. Many challenges persist. Still, collective efforts bring results. Electricity is now accessible to 92% of the global population. Renewable capacity is rapidly growing, more than doubling since 2015. Internet is now reaching 3/4 of the world's population. When we work together, we can make things happen. We must act urgently, and we must act together to shift the momentum. The high-level political forum is where we can make this happen, where we can accelerate action to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, our blueprint for a better world. This year, the forum puts a spotlight on clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, industry, innovation and infrastructure, sustainable cities and communities, and partnerships for the goals. 36 countries will show us their actions and solutions. Let us re-energize the global conversation, spotlight hope, and inspire action. Follow the conversation. Let's deliver better. Let's deliver together for a sustainable future for all.
May our collective actions drive results for a better tomorrow. For this important celebration, Dr. Hong Daozi, President of the Federation of World Peace and Love, has prepared a message on From Hope to Action, Building a Sustainable Future Together. Let's welcome Dr. Hong's message.
Distinguished guests, friends from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. In 2025, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution proclaiming July 12 as the International Day of Hope. The founding vision of the United Nations was to safeguard human rights and advance a culture of peace. As United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres aptly stated, the United Nations is a product of hope. Every great initiative, from improving our lives to changing the world, is rooted in a hope that our endeavors can result in true change. At a time when global instability is intensifying, social divisions are widening, and economic and environmental challenges continue to mount, celebrating the International Day of Hope represents a continuation of humanity's enduring commitment to peace and human rights. By nurturing hope within individuals and extending it to families, communities, societies, and nations, we can place the sustainable well-being of our planet at the forefront and accelerate solidarity and cooperation, rekindling a beacon of hope for humankind. Since 2018, the Federation of World Peace and Love, FOWPAL, has collaborated with various permanent missions to the United Nations to promote global initiatives that culminated in the adoption of the International Day of Conscience in 2019 and the International Day of Hope in 2025. We recognize that while a culture of peace has become a universal aspiration of the international community, the destructive consequences of a single malicious thought can still endanger humanity's collective security and the sustainability of our planet. As artificial intelligence rapidly reshapes our world, humanity is urgently seeking a universal value capable of uniting people across cultures and borders. That value is hope. Building a future grounded in hope requires not only the guidance of conscience but also a firm commitment to transparency and integrity. We must prevent bias, protect data privacy, ensure accountability and transparency, and preserve meaningful human oversight in automated decision-making processes. Scientific research in neuroimaging has demonstrated that hope activates the brain's motivational centers and can significantly alleviate depression. According to the World Health Organization, higher levels of hope are closely associated with lower levels of anxiety and traumatic stress. Clinical studies further indicate that cancer patients with stronger hope often demonstrate greater resilience and higher survival rates. Recognizing its profound impact, the United Nations has supported efforts to explore a voluntary hope index as a tool for measuring and promoting societal well-being. Hope is a critical foundation for advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. It contributes to physical and mental well-being under SDG 3, good health and well-being, strengthens motivation and educational achievement under SDG 4, quality education, fosters entrepreneurship, opportunity, and prosperity under SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and serves as a transformative force for overcoming polarization, strengthening social cohesion, and building lasting peace under SDG 13, climate action, and SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. UNESCO has emphasized in dialogues on peace and human rights that there is no peace without hope, no development without trust, and no future without belief in one. We must therefore elevate hope from an intangible aspiration to meaningful action. Global security and stability must be built upon the awakening of conscience in every individual. When leaders and citizens alike follow the guidance of conscience, compassion naturally arises, giving birth to noble aspirations and benevolent actions. Through daily self-reflection and sincere atonement, people can reconnect with the innate goodness within themselves. Genuine and selfless prayers and blessings, grounded in love and conscience, inspire altruistic efforts dedicated to peace. Where there is hope, there is action. Where there is conscience-guided, united action and mutual cooperation, there is success. This is how the hope within our hearts can be transformed into concrete efforts capable of shaping a better destiny for humanity. I therefore call upon all sectors of society to join in observing the International Day of Hope by transforming vision into action. Let us integrate the spirit of hope into our daily lives through service, compassion, and the sharing of wisdom that benefits both ourselves and others. Let us incorporate hope and conscience into our decision-making processes, promoting reconciliation and inclusion. Every sincere act of kindness is an expression of aspiration in action, helping to spread hope and generate the positive energy needed to transform our world. Hope is our blueprint. Conscience is our compass. Hope-driven action is the engine that propels us forward. Let us walk together with hope, rooted in conscience and love. Let us transform hope into action for ourselves, for our loved ones, for all humanity, and for the peace and sustainability of our world. May the positive energy generated by hope inspire all people to move toward a future filled with happiness and light. With conscience as our foundation, hope shines bright. Let us turn challenges into opportunities, allowing all life to flourish together. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Hong. And as Dr. Hong mentioned, genuine and selfless prayers and blessings grounded in love and conscience inspire altruistic efforts and dedicated to peace. Where there is hope, there is action. And where there's conscience-guided, united action, and mutual cooperation, there is success. We are honored that today's celebration has received support from leaders around the world. Here are some of our world leaders' words of encouragement for the power of hope turning into actions for our world.
Dear friends, today we celebrate the International Day of Hope, which reminds us of one of humanity's most powerful forces, the belief that a better future is possible and the courage to take concrete steps to make that future a reality. We can find a remarkable example for recent history. The revolution of 1991 in Eastern Europe, which brought about a process of peaceful transition to democracy following decades of oppression from criminal communist dictatorship, a unique phenomenon in the history of mankind. I had the opportunity to directly participate in this process in Romania, where it was the most difficult, because it was the only one that resulted in thousands of victims among the peaceful protesters. I would like to share my personal experience with you. Over 3 decades ago, when I chosen as the sole presidential candidate of Romania's democratic opposition, in the moment of transition from the totalitarian regime to democracy, I chose "Let us rebuild hope together" as my campaign slogan. I did not win of my first attempts, but our hope gave us the courage to press on during difficult times. 4 years later, I ran for office a second time with the slogan, "The key is in your hands." The solidarity of the citizens helped me to win and establish a consolidated democracy in Romania, where former political prisoners who had been tortured in communist prisons offered their former tortures the only form of reconciliation that has moral value, that which is granted by victims to their former oppressors. This political project has proven its durability to this day. The testimony of the personal experience, a history lived through and confirmed in the public sphere, can be more convincing for those who have lost faith in the possibility of changing authoritarian regimes that tumble of people's freedom and conscience. Hope is important even in consolidated democracy, because this motivated action. When you hope for a cleaner planet, when you conserve natural resources and protect nature, when you hope for peace, choosing kindness, understand, and dialogue over hatred, when you hope for equality, opposing discrimination and supporting those whose voices are not always heard, and when, by hoping for the freedom of those who do not yet have it, we sow the seeds that can topple the most criminal political regimes that the world has ever known. In today's world, we are again facing wars, poverty, and global disasters, which can something seem overwhelming. However, history teaches us that humanity has always found ways to overcome great difficulties through cooperation and determination. Every positive change begins with someone who believes that change is possible. The International Day of Hope encourages us to become that person. It reminds us that hope grows when it is shared by encouraging others, volunteering in our communities, supporting friends and family, and working to find solutions. We become ambassadors of hope. The International Day of Hope reminds us that hope is not just a feeling, it is a choice. The choice to believe in a brighter future, even when the present is difficult. It is a choice to lift others up rather than bring them down. It is a choice to continue learning, growing, and bringing positive change to the world. After my presidential term ended, I returned to the civic and academic spheres, and for the past 26 years, I have dedicated myself to working with international organizations that promote active support for people in difficulty in various countries around the globe, as well as promoting cultural diplomacy based on a better understanding of the other. I hope that sharing my personal experience, which has brought me into direct contact with people from all over the world facing extremely difficult, often tragic situation, may pique your interest. An old Romanian proverb says that hope dies last. If no matter who we are or where we come from, we offer hope to someone else, a smile, a kind gesture, a word of encouragement, or a helping hand can transform a person's day, and sometimes their entire life. And even if these small gestures cannot change society as a whole, that can give meaning to our lives, granting us, at the end of our lives, self-respect, a sentiment that no one can take away from us. Another old proverb from Greece says that happy are those elders who plant trees, whose shade they know that will never to be able to enjoy. In closing, I would like to address the younger generation, because they play an important role in keeping hope alive. Every generation has faced challenges, but every generation has also created new opportunities. Through education, creativity, innovation and compassion, young people can shape a future that is more peaceful, more sustainable, and more inclusive than the present. I extend an invitation to celebrate the International Day of Hope together, choosing optimism over despair, compassion over indifference, and action over inaction. Together, we can build a future where hope is not just an idea, but a reality for everyone. Thank you for your attention.
Marking International Day of Hope. It is always a great pleasure to remind on International Day of Hope. The permanent mission of Kiribati to the United Nations made a remarkable proposal to the General Assembly, which made a historic decision on the International Day of Hope, officially designating July 12th as that day. The Federation of World Peace and Love, FOWPAL, must be proud to dedicate its activities to promoting that decision of the United Nations. Knowing that hope is one of the most important prerequisites for peace and development, FOWPAL was devoted to affirming and describing that wise decision. The International Day of Hope inspires everyone who wishes for peace and development to create narratives and activities that move from hopelessness to resilience. Human rights provide everyone with the opportunity to participate in community development and contribute to achieving those goals. Because of this, I first congratulate the United Nations and then FOWPAL for creating and implementing this globally important message with the aim of producing a positive impact in all parts of the world. President of Montenegro, Filip Vujanovic, 2003 to 2018.
Good day to everyone joining this observance. My name is Matilda Aku Alomato-Sajiman, Ambassador of Ghana to Austria and Permanent Representative to the United Nations in Vienna. On the occasion of the International Day of Hope and the International Day of Conscience, I am honored to extend warm greetings to the Federation of World Peace and Love and to all those taking part in this year's commemoration. These two occasions speak to something profound. Hope without conscience can drift without direction, and conscience without hope can grow weary and give up. It is when the two work together, a moral compass paired with a belief that things can get better, that real, lasting change becomes possible. Ghana has long championed dialogue, tolerance, and collective responsibility as pillars of lasting peace. We believe peace is not simply the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, mutual respect, and genuine commitment to one another's well-being between individuals, communities, and nations. We welcome initiatives such as this one that encourage individuals and nations alike to act with greater conscience toward one another. In a world facing complex challenges from conflict to inequality to a changing global order, it is easy to lose sight of hope. But hope is not naive. It is a discipline, a daily choice to keep working toward a better outcome, even when the path is uncertain. As we mark these 2 days, I encourage each one of us, as individuals, institutions, and nations, to ask, what small acts of conscience can we commit to today? What renewed hope can we carry forward, not just in words, but in action? May this occasion inspire renewed commitment to hope, understanding, and peaceful cooperation across the global community. On behalf of the Embassy of Ghana, I extend our best wishes for a successful and meaningful observance. Thank you.
Dear friends of FOWPAL, it is with great pleasure that I send this message to commemorate two very positive days. One is the International Day of Hope and the other the International Day of Conscience. I think if we mix hope and consciousness, we are doing a great favor to the humanity, and we can work together thinking what we want to achieve in the future, what we want for the new generations, especially young people. As you know, I work permanently with young people and also with teachers, and transmit this perception of hope is so important for the future, but also for the present. And talking about consciousness, it is with great pleasure that again and again I talk about consciousness, about how you feel, how you project your feelings to the others, how you can work with the international community, but also in your own homes, in your own towns, in your own schools, and to create a better world. That's what we think that Day of Hope and Consciousness can do together. Bring hope for the humanity, bring better days for all the people in the world.
Warm greetings from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA, and happy International Day of Hope and International Day of Conscience. Hope is often spoken of as an ideal, yet its true value lies in what it enables us to do. Hope gives people the resolve to endure uncertainty, the confidence to pursue meaningful change, and the conviction that a better future remains within reach. In this sense, hope is not passive optimism, but an active force that shapes how we respond to the challenges of our time. Hope, however, must be guided by conscience. Progress becomes meaningful only when it is anchored in integrity, responsibility, and concern for the common good. It is through conscience that hope is translated into actions that uphold human dignity and strengthen our communities. We at the NCCA uphold these principles by promoting culture and the arts as foundations of national identity. We believe that culture nurtures conscience, while the arts inspire hope, reflection, and a shared commitment to the common good. As we celebrate the International Day of Hope and the International Day of Conscience, may our will to nurture a culture that upholds human dignity, inspire thoughtful action, and strengthen our resolve to build a more peaceful and compassionate world. Mabuhay po tayong lahat na puno ng pag-asa at may dangal ng konsensya. GBR. Eric B. Zerudo, PhD Chairman and Executive Director.
Değerli dostum Doktor Hong Tao Tze, sizi İstanbul'dan Marmara Grubu Vakfı'ndan saygıyla selamlıyorum. Mutluluğun kaynağı umut diyerek sözlerime başlamak istiyorum. İnsan ancak umarak, umut ederek kendini tanıyabilir. Kendini tanıyarak da mutlu olabilir. Ondan dolayı umut etmek bana göre mutluluktur. Daha geniş bir deyimle umut insanın kendisini tanımasıdır. Canlılığının işaretidir. Yalnızlığın, sıkıntının veya acı çekme gibi zor ve stresli durumlarla başa çıkmanın yolu umuttur. Veya bir başka deyişle umut, geleceğin anlam bulmasını, pozitif bakışı ve iyi oluşu destekleyen, başkalarıyla ilişkiyi sürdürmeyi sağlayan bir güçtür. Umudu olan insanın amacı vardır. O amaç için umudun ona bir çıkış yolu bulabileceğine inanır. Gene umudu olan insan her zaman bir çıkış yolu bulabileceğine de inanır. İnanç, duygu, düşünce, iyimserlik ve cesaret umudun yaşamasını sağlar. Çözümü, çareyi, cesareti ve hedeflere ulaşmayı ifade eden umut, daha iyi günlerin geleceğinin de habercisidir. Bu duygular içinde diyebilirim ki, umudun gecenin en karanlık anında birden sabahın aydınlığının oluşması gibi bir duygu olduğunu unutmamamız gerekir. Zira umut etmek hayırlı sona varmaktır.
Thank you to our world leaders for sharing examples of humanity's most powerful force, hope. These stories of actions are great encouragement and inspiration for us to continue our efforts for peace. As Dr. Hong mentioned in his speech earlier, scientific research in neuroimaging has demonstrated that hope activates the brain's motivational centers and can significantly alleviate depression. And according to the World Health Organization, higher levels of hope are closely associated with lower levels of anxiety and traumatic stress. Many of our friends have personal experiences on the power of hope and how it has led to changes within their communities. Let us hear their stories.
Good day, everyone. As we observe the International Day of Conscience, I have come to believe that one of the greatest gifts we have all been given is our conscience. It is that quiet inner voice that gently guides us toward what is right. It doesn't force us or speak loudly. Instead, it whispers to our hearts, inviting us to choose compassion over judgment, love over fear, and humanity over indifference. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, it is easy to ignore that inner voice. Yet when we become still through prayer, meditation, self-reflection, or simply taking a quiet moment to listen, we discover that our conscience is often leading us toward our highest purpose. It calls us not only to think differently, but to live differently. He experienced this in a very personal way. Someone I knew from my past had found himself in trouble with the law and was serving time in prison. Many people questioned why I would even consider visiting him. Some believed he had made his choices and should face them alone. Others could not understand why I would want to associate myself with someone in that situation. But deep within me, there was a gentle voice that would not go away. My conscience kept saying, "Go." It wasn't because I had all the answers. It wasn't because I believed I could change his circumstances. It was because I knew that, in one of the darkest moments of his life, he needed someone to remind him that he was still a human being, that he still had dignity, vote, and the ability to choose a different path. So I listened. As I sat across from him in that prison, I wasn't there to judge him or excuse his mistakes. I was simply there to bring hope, to listen without condemnation, and to remind him that no mistake is greater than our capacity to grow. That experience taught me something I will never forget. Our conscience will often ask us to do what is compassionate rather than what is comfortable. It may lead us where others choose not to go. It may ask us to stand beside someone when everyone else has walked away. Yet those are often the very moments when our humanity shines the brightest. To me, conscience is deeply holistic. It is not only about knowing right from wrong. It is about aligning our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our spirit with the values of kindness, integrity, empathy, and love. When our conscience is awakened, it transforms the way we see ourselves and the way we see others. We begin to look beyond labels and mistakes and instead recognize the dignity that exists within every human being. I believe our world doesn't simply need more knowledge, it needs more awakened consciences. Because when conscience leads, hope follows. It bridges divides by helping us see our shared humanity. It drives progress by inspiring acts of courage and compassion. And it uplifts the human spirit by reminding us that every person, regardless of their past, deserves the opportunity to heal, to grow, and to begin again. Today, may we all choose to listen to that quiet voice within. May our conscience guide our decisions, our relationships, and the way we serve others. And may we never underestimate how one act of kindness, one visit, one conversation, or one compassionate choice can become the light that helps another person find their way. Thank you.
Over the last decade, my home America has been fractured by growing ethnic, religious, and cultural divides. Families split by COVID, economic hardship, and politics. Our shared history, forgotten. In 2023, I was honored to help Native American leaders, tribal members, clergy, educators, and other advocates plan Honor the Tribes, Moccasins Across America Walk 2025, a journey for healing and reconciliation across our nation. After 2 solid years of planning, the walk event began on the San Pasqual Reservation in California in May of 2025, crossed through 14 states, and culminated in a week-long gathering on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. last October. We celebrated our diversity, advocated for our First Nations, healed souls, and bridged many divides. What felt like an impossible dream became reality, and we are still on the journey. I am blessed to have a few friends who are military veterans suffering with health challenges and PTSD. One night, one of them called unexpectedly. He was struggling. Everything felt dark and uncertain for him. I listened, learned, and prayed to give him hope that our wounds and trauma do not get the last word. I reminded him that he will heal, that God loves and lives in him, and that his sacrifice for our country and other nations' people will not be wasted. We talked about how family and friends need him and about the dreams he has yet to build. We talked for a few hours, and thankfully he chose to live to fight another day. Hope is transformative. It shifts us from me to we. It gives us faith and courage to dream impossible dreams and take action. When we recognize every human being as worthy of loving kindness, we can unite to build a better world. Hope inspires goodness and heals divides that anger and hate only widen. One of my favorite Bible verses is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. True love breeds hope. Hope renews our strength. This is the moment to dream impossible dreams and build a future overflowing with hope, love, and peace in every corner of our beautiful world. After all, God doesn't make junk. I am grateful to be working with you and FOWPAL in the quest for world peace and love.
Hello, dear Dr. Hong and distinguished participants. It is a great honor for me to share my message on this International Day of Hope. I deeply believe that hope is an active, transformative force rooted in our identity. There is a profound truth. If a person does not remember their past, they have no future. To look forward with confidence and create, we must remember our roots. It is this memory that gives us the inner light. Family is a small cell of society, its very foundation. In my life, this philosophy is inextricably linked with my loved ones. We are a family of master artisans of applied arts. Along our creative and life paths, we have gone through great difficulties and serious trials. But these challenges did not break us. On the contrary, they united and strengthened us. Not only us, professionals and masters of our craft, but also as a strong, close-knit family. This experience taught us that true craftsmanship is born where there is mutual support and shared thoughts. By uniting our strength in our family workshop, we dedicated ourselves to the revival and preservation of traditional culture heritage. At times, the situation looked uncertain and ancient. Technique seemed almost lost, but it was precisely that we had to illuminate our inner light. We worked against all odds, and our shared hope became a reality for our community. By reviving history, we give people back a connection to their origins. Art and family value serve as a bridge that uplifts the human spirit and bridges any divides. When we are united and remember who we are, hope becomes unshakable. Let us cherish our roots, unite our efforts, and use our work to eliminate the past for future generations. Thank you for your attention.
Dear friends around the world, it is my honor and privilege to share a few reflections on the occasion of the International Day of Hope and the International Day of Conscience. I believe that today, more than ever, humanity needs both hope and conscience. We are living in a time of profound challenges: climate change, environmental degradation, conflicts, displacement, and growing inequalities. These challenges remind us that our choices today will shape the future of our planet and future generations. Through my work as the chairperson and executive director of the Human Environmental Association for Development, HED, and through my engagement with civil society networks at the regional and international levels, I have seen the incredible power of people when they come together with a shared purpose. Hope is what encourages communities to act. It is the energy behind every environmental initiative, every young person who chooses to protect nature, every volunteer who works for a cleaner environment, and every citizen who believes that change is possible. But hope alone is not enough. Hope must be accompanied by conscience, the inner responsibility that reminds us that we are connected to one another and to the earth we all share. Our conscience calls us to protect our environment, to respect human dignity, and to build bridges of cooperation between communities and nations. It reminds us that peace is not only about ending conflicts, peace is also about creating justice, sustainability, resilience, and harmony between people and nature. As environmental defenders, we know that protecting our planet is also a pathway toward peace. A healthy environment supports healthy communities. Climate action can reduce vulnerabilities, strengthen cooperation, and create opportunities for a more secure future. In our work with communities, especially with youth and local actors, we see that every action matters. A restored ecosystem, a protected coastline, a planted tree, a person educated about sustainability, each one is a seed of hope. The future will not be built by a few, it will be created by all of us. Governments, civil society, organizations, communities, and individuals each have a role to play. On these meaningful occasions, let us renew our commitment to act with conscience and to carry hope as a responsibility. Let us inspire a world where compassion replaces division, collaboration replaces conflict, and sustainability becomes the foundation of peace. Together, with hope in our hearts and conscience in our actions, we can contribute to a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world for present and future generations. Thank you.
Dear Dr. Hongdao Zhu, distinguished guests, and dear friends from every corner of the world. It is a great honor for me to be part of this global gathering dedicated to two themes that I consider to be the very pillars of human civilization, hope and conscience. Hope is not merely a feeling, it is a profound movement of the heart. It is what rises within us when we desire, with all our being, a change in ourselves, in others, in the world around us. Hope is an act of love and of faith directed towards something that we cannot govern by our individual strength alone. To hope is to acknowledge our own limits and, at the same time, to open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond those limits. Yet hope, in order to be true and transformative, cannot stand alone. It must be rooted in our essence, in our spirituality, in our conscience. Conscience is the deepest dimension of the human being, it is the inner voice that distinguishes good from evil, that calls us to responsibility, that reminds us we are not isolated individuals but members of one great human family. Hope and conscience form, together, an indissoluble synalagma, a mutual bond in which each sustains and nourishes the other. Without conscience, hope risks becoming empty wishful thinking. Without hope, conscience can be paralyzed by fear or discouragement. But when these two forces act in harmony, they generate an extraordinary positive energy capable of elevating the human spirit and producing real, lasting change in our world. There is a thought that guides my reflection and that I wish to share with you. Being is becoming from afar. Our hope is the essence of what we are. And what we are is our spirit, which is conscience itself. We come from afar, we carry within us the memory of a dignity that precedes us and a calling that transcends us. It is precisely this awareness, this consciousness, that enables us to hope not for ourselves alone, but for the whole of humanity. Let us therefore commit ourselves, each in our own sphere of life and responsibility, to nurturing this bond between hope and conscience every day. Let us be witnesses of a peace that begins within us and radiates outward to touch the lives of those around us. Let us be architects of a world in which every human being can live in dignity, freedom, and harmony. I am grateful to Dr. Hongdao Zhu, to FOWPAL, and to all those who work tirelessly for peace, because they remind us, every day, that a better world is not only possible, it is our common vocation. With gratitude, with hope, and with a conscious heart.
When I was young, I realized that there was a lot of problems, especially where I was brought up, and my mother could get a lot of charity giving us food, and being in a family of 7 children, and also my mother was not working, she was just employed for a casual job. I realized that if I grow like that, without any skills, and also without getting other jobs, I'll continue just like my mother. When I started Baraka Women's Center, I started because I wanted to empower the other mothers, and especially the women whom I knew that they were undergoing problems because of lack of jobs, and I just decided to bring something that can give them skills. And that's how we started. And we started the first program with the hairdressing and beauty. The other one was beadwork. We could make very nice bags and we could be able even to sell. And the organization grew, and now we expanded to Laikipia Rumuruti. I really appreciate the women who have accepted to change their lives through vocational skills, because once they leave the vocational training, they go and employ themselves, and also they get jobs. Because when you release them, we release them with the certificates. And once somebody has a certificate, especially from the National Industrial Training Authority, especially the ones that we give, these people go and get jobs. That is why we have been doing this, and we continue doing this, but we also ask for any partner who wishes to partner with us, so that we can continue empowering more and more. The ones who are training the computer class, also some of them were empowered. They were treated from alcoholism. Now they are free, and they are able even to train other students through skills. We still have the ones who are doing the hairdressing, and we took them some from the streets. We changed their lives, and now you can see that after we empower them, we have been able to employ them, and they are the ones who are training others. For the entrepreneurship and leadership training, we decided to bring women together, and we created something we call table banking. And we normally put women together like 20, 15 in one group, and then we train them financial literacy. And through that table banking, most of the women have been able even to start their own businesses. We have 30 groups of table banking, 20 in Nairobi and 10 in Rumuruti. And we were able to support them with some seed capital that we got from KCDF. I can say that we have really tried what we can, and we're also asking for more partners to come and also support us. My future plans now is that we have been supporting for free for a long time without asking for a penny. But now we are planning that if we can get a lad, we build an institution. The people will be coming, especially for the training, for the skills, they will be paying some amount. So it is my prayer that whoever want to partner with us, we are ready for you. You are most welcome.
International Day of Hope. Valthea King Clark, Ambassador for Peace, UN Universal Peace Federation. Question 1. What of my greatest experiences of hope came through leading a community feeding program? Serving others has always been my passion, so I gladly accepted the opportunity to help those in need. Working with a dedicated team and generous community partners, we provided food, clothing, and support to people experiencing homeless and financial hardship. Beyond meeting their immediate needs, we listened, encouraged them, and connected many with housing, healthcare, and other essential services. This experience taught me that when people unite with compassion and purpose, hope becomes action and lives are transformed. Question 2. One of the most difficult moments in my life was when my husband was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Although the news was heartbreaking, I chose to be a source of strength for him. Because the cancer was detected early, he successfully underwent robotic surgery and has recovered well. Our faith, the support of loved ones, and excellent medical care reminded us that even in life's darkest moments, hope can lead to healing and new beginnings. Question 3. Hope is a powerful force that brings people together, inspires positive change, and strengthens the human spirit. Every person deserves to feel valued, encouraged, and supported. When we choose compassion over division and service over self-interest, we build stronger communities and a more peaceful world. Hope gives us the courage to believe in ourselves and in one another, and together we can make a lasting difference. Warm regards, Valthea King Clark. Valthea King Clark is a dedicated ambassador to United Nations Peace Federation. Deeply passionate about community development and humanitarian service, she has successfully led initiatives targeting food insecurity, homelessness, and healthcare while serving as a member of Lions International, one of the largest serving organizations globally from 2011 until present. Through her leadership and advocacy, Ambassador King Clark actively works to unite diverse communities, transform lives through compassionate action, and foster a more peaceful world. Ms. King Clark is married and is the proud mother of one beautiful daughter and an adorable granddaughter. Her philosophy is, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Thank you, Balthea King Clark, Ambassador for Peace, UN.
When I think about hope as a transformative force, I don't think of it as wishful thinking. I think of it as the courage to act when change seems impossible. One of my earliest influences was my godfather, Cookie Gilchrist. As a leader in the 1965 AFL boycott against discrimination, he stood with other players to demand fairness, dignity, and equal treatment. He believed that hope meant taking action, even when it came with personal sacrifice. Watching his example taught me that one person can inspire others to stand together for what is right. His example became deeply personal to me. As a student athlete, I experienced bullying and was treated unfairly because of who I was. Those experiences were painful, and I know what it feels like to question whether you belong. But instead of allowing those experiences to make me bitter, they strengthened my resolve to ensure that no young person under my leadership would feel alone. Today, as a basketball coach for at-risk youth, I put that lesson into practice. During games and practices, if I hear players making unkind remarks about a teammate who is struggling, I stop it immediately. I remind them that every player deserves respect and encouragement, especially when they are having their toughest moments. Those quiet conversations may never be noticed by the crowd, but they shape the culture of our team. I've watched players who once criticized each other become teammates who encourage one another. I've seen young people gain confidence because someone believed in them when they were struggling. That is how hope bridges divides, drives progress, and uplifts the human spirit. My godfather showed me that hope requires courage to confront injustice. My own experiences taught me the importance of compassion. Coaching has given me the opportunity to bring those lessons together by creating a place where every child feels valued, respected, and capable of succeeding. To me, that is how hope becomes reality, one life, one team, and one act of kindness at a time.
Thank you all for sharing your views to support the International Day of Hope. Let us integrate the spirit of hope into our daily lives through service, through compassion, and the sharing of wisdom that benefits both ourselves and others. Our next event will be July 25th to celebrate the United Nations adoption of the resolution to designate April 5th as the International Day of Conscience. Be sure to join us then. Thank you. We'll see you next time.